These savoury tarts called Forminhas are a Goan appetizer perfect for any occasion. Hi, you're watching Plating It with Wendy, where I share with you recipes which impress with ease. These tarts are traditionally filled with mixed vegetables and mayo, but you can always be creative with the fillings. So let's get started. To make the Forminhas, we're going to go in with 250 grams of all-purpose flour, and we're going to weigh this in a mixing bowl. To that, let's add half a teaspoon of salt. We're going to give it a quick whisk to mix the two together. To give the tarts a lovely rich flavor, let's go in with 45 grams of melted pure ghee. But if you prefer, you could even add unsalted butter or regular ghee. Using a spatula, we're going to give this a mix, but we're finally going to go in with our hands to bring the dough together. We're going to add some water now to help us bring the dough together. I'm going to add a little at a time. Adding a little more water, and I'm going to go in with my best kitchen tool, my fingers. Just going to knead it and bring the dough all together. Just adding a little more water. I've added about half a cup of water to bring the dough together. I find adding about half a teaspoon of ghee, which is approximately 2 grams at the end, helps to give the dough a nice soft texture. Now let's gently knead it in. And here our lovely dough is ready. See how soft it is? Now let's cover this with a plastic wrap and allow it to rest for 10 minutes before we roll it out to form the Forminhas. Now that the dough has rested, let's divide it into 2 portions and roll out one. We're going to place this on our silicone pastry mat without dusting it with any flour and roll it out till we get a thin sheet. I find this mat really helpful when it comes to rolling out pastry dough, and if you're interested, I will leave the link below in the description box. We're going to roll it till we achieve this thickness. We're going to use an 88mm cookie cutter. I'm going to start cutting out circles. We're going to take the tartlet mold, place the dough in it, and form the Forminha. I'm going to push it down so that it nicely fits into the mold. We're just going to give it a good press so that we get a nice impression of the tartlet form. Now using a fork, we're going to press some holes into the base, so this will allow any air at the bottom to come out. And we're just going to press it down and take off any air that may be there. I found this handy dandy tool online, and if you're interested, I'll leave the link below. This helps to give the tartlet a lovely perfect shape at the bottom. Look at that! Now using your thumb, you could just take off the excess dough that is there, or you can use a knife and just slice it out. And then our first tartlet is formed. And here's a cool hack to prevent the tartlets from losing their shape when frying. We're going to insert another tartlet into it and give it a gentle press. And now into this, we're going to place another piece of the dough. And we're going to go do the same process, going around, just gently putting it in. We're going to go in again with the fork to make some holes on the base. And we're going to give it a gentle press once again with this little handy dandy tool that we have. And finally, we're going to knock off the excess dough. I prefer using the knife. And there we have the second one ready. Now let's place a third tartlet mold on top of it. We're gently going to press that down, making sure that all the scallops meet together. And now we're going to pile on a third one. And we're going to just repeat the same process. It's so easy to make these tartlets. Once you make them at home, you'll never want to buy store-bought tartlets again. If you're looking for the tartlet forms that I've used, I'll leave a link in the description box below. To finish this bunch up, we're going to place one more tartlet form on the top and give it a gentle press. Now to secure them together, we're going to tie them up with a thread. I'm going to take it the other way. I'm using the turkey string here, which we use when baking the turkeys. And there you go, our first bunch is ready for deep frying. We're going to fill a medium pot with enough oil to fry the forminhas. And when a wooden skewer inserted in it brings bubbles to the surface of the oil, we know it's hot enough. Let's gently place the forminhas into the hot oil in batches of 3 and fry them for about 6 to 7 minutes. When they start to turn nice and golden brown at the edges, we're going to lift them up, drain out the excess oil, and place them on a wire rack to cool. We're going to repeat the process till we fry all the forminhas. Once the forminhas have cooled, we're going to snip off the thread and unmold them. We're going to take off the tartlet form and lift up our forminha. And there you have it, a perfectly shaped forminha. You can prepare these forminhas or tartlets ahead of time and store them in an airtight container and then fill them with your desired filling just when your guests arrive. To make that classic forminha filling, to a pot of boiling water, we're going to add half a cup of finely cubed potato, half a cup of finely diced green beans, half a cup of finely cubed carrot, and half a cup of green peas. We're going to season this with some salt and give it a quick stir. Once the vegetables have cooked, let's drain them and place them in a bowl to cool. For a little bit of sweetness and a touch of color, we're going to add half a red apple, which we're going to dice into small cubes. To prevent the apple from browning, let's squeeze a little lemon on it. To the cool veggies, we're going to toss in the apple and half a cup of mayo. And we're going to give it a gentle mix so that the veggies and the apple get well coated with the mayo. Now to finish it off, let's season it with a sprinkle of white pepper and give it a final mix. Now that we have all our fillings ready, let's lay down the tart shells and bring it all together. Let's start by filling the forminhas with the classic filling, about 2 spoonfuls each. And garnish it with some finely sliced beetroot. Another excellent filling would be an egg salad. And garnish it with 2 sticks of chives. For a kick of spice, a flavorful ground beef filling is also a great idea. And we're going to garnish it with some finely chopped cilantro. And who doesn't love a delicious, refreshing chicken salad? So now let's fill the next batch with some of it. And finish it off with a leaf of cilantro. And for all the fish lovers, let's spoon in some tuna salad and garnish it with a walnut half. You can check out the recipes for all these fillings in the description box below. Oh my goodness! Wow, these forminhas, they look so appetizing, and I'm sure you're going to want to have them for your next get-together. Now let's give them a taste. It's hard to pick just one. I think I'm going to go in for the classic. Let's go. Hey, and before I go, if you enjoy my videos and love my recipes but haven't subscribed already, subscribe, and if you hit on that bell icon, you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. And while you're at it, hit on that like button and leave me your comments below. Thanks for watching. See you soon.